Alright, this is a video response. I received a message about a viewer who saw my views on alcohol, and he has a girlfriend who basically, tried alcohol for the first time. She enjoyed it, and she keeps doing it, and he doesn't agree with it, and he doesn't like it. He stands against it, and my response to that is to stand strong. Continue to have your views. I know it's very difficult to live this lifestyle and to have these views when everybody around you is promoting the opposite. And I see that it's your responsibility to kind of share and inspire your woman to see your side. She keeps saying, how could you judge something that you've never tried before? Well, my response to that is that when you view things around you and you see, the effects that it has on people, you don't really have to do it yourself in order to learn. So meaning, if you see somebody make a mistake, you don't have to make that same mistake in order to learn the lesson. That's how you develop wisdom. So people, can say that all they'd like, but when you see the results of what a certain thing does to people, you can learn, and you don't have to make the same mistakes. So people could say, people never got shot before. Some people never got shot before, but they're not going to shoot themselves in order to say, oh, I know how it's like now, and now I know it's not good. You know that it's not good if you get shot. It's not good for your health, so you don't have to experience it in order to know that. Alright? You could see something like driving a car. You could see other people that have gotten in accidents. You could see studies that they've done where people get accidents, getting accidents without their seatbelts on could have a higher chance of losing their lives, and people that get in accidents with their seatbelt on could increase their chances of survival. So you don't actually have to get in an accident to know that, hey, if I wear the seatbelt, I'm going to be a little bit more safe. Alright, it goes on and on. If you're riding a motorcycle with a helmet versus not having a helmet, you see some people that get in these accidents without a helmet, they could crack their head and die. And then some people, they wear a helmet and then they get in an accident and then they survive because the helmet saved their lives. Or police officers that wear bulletproof vests, some of these vests end up saving their lives. If they didn't wear the vest, then they would have died. So what I'm saying is that a wise person could see what's good for him without having to experience it pretty much directly himself. So if you see the effects of alcohol, the effects of what it's having, with the people around you, then you already know if it's good or healthy for you or not. Okay, like for example, eating a bunch of chocolate cake. You know that it's not healthy for you. You know that if you eat a lot, say you eat a chocolate cake every single day for a whole year, you know that's not going to be good for you. You don't have to do that in order to know that it's going to damage your health or give you diabetes or something. So, if you do your research and you see this, then you know. So what I'm saying is that when you look at how alcohol affects people, alcohol is a drug. Okay, it's a drug that's been legalized. Alright, so it's just a drug like marijuana. It's a drug like ecstasy. It's like drug like cocaine. It's just basically a lower degree. The effect that it has on your mind is just a lower degree. Not as bad as addictive as heroin, but it could still be very addictive. Alright, that's why people become alcoholics. So you see what the effects it has on people. You see pretty much most of the deaths that occur because of in vehicles is because of alcohol. DUIs and all these car crashes, people killing each other, killing people on the streets because they're driving drunk. The effects that it has on your vision, on your coordination, just your speech, your thought, everything. It really you see the negative effects that it has. You see the effects of people that get hangovers. All right, you see people that drink too much. I've witnessed people that drank too much and then died. So you see people that drink too much alcohol and die. You see people dying from driving drunk. You see the effects of hangovers. You see people throwing up. I mean, you see all this, the effects that it has on people. You see the alcoholics and what it does to them. You see how it brings out anger and loss of control in a person who abuses his family or his wife because he's drunk. You see all this negativity. So there, you know that it's, so when you observe and you see all this, you know that it's not healthy. And this is something that's worth fighting for in a relationship, because you and your woman have to be on the same page. You're either heading towards health together or you're not. If you're heading towards health and she's heading towards the opposite, then it's not going to work. It has to be together. That's what a relationship is. So it's, it's things that are worth fighting for. Example is like alcohol is one of them. But say she loves smoking weed and you don't. That's a problem, because you're heading towards health and she's not. Alright, and then say the next step is like ecstasy. She likes taking ecstasy, you don't. That's a problem. That's something that's worth fighting for. And if there's no agreement, where you're both gonna head towards health or whatever, and you're standing strong, it's worth letting go of the relationship. Because it's better to let go now than later on, where she might develop into an alcoholic, and then now you're in love with somebody and you have kids with somebody that's an alcoholic, and then she's got to go through the hospital, or she's got to go through recovery to get through that addiction. And then something like gambling, for example, it could destroy a family. So say she likes to gamble and you don't, and then she controls all the finances, and then she gambles the life savings of your family away, and then now you're living on the streets. That's a big problem. So there's the healthy way and then there's the unhealthy way. You guys have to come to a decision. Hey, as a couple, are we gonna head towards health, or are we gonna go towards the opposite? If you're gonna come towards health, head towards health, then you guys gotta go towards health together. If one person chooses the unhealthy route and you choose the healthy route, then there's a problem. It's kind of like you want to move to New York, but she wants to move to California. You can't do that if you're gonna stay together. You either move to California together or you move to New York together. You can't separate. So it's the same thing with this. You either choose health or you choose the other route. If you're going to choose health, then you're going to do it together. And it goes with everything. This is worth fighting for. Something like smoking, for example. A lot of people smoke. Say she smokes, you don't. It could cause problems. She starts smoking while she's pregnant. She starts smoking around the kids. She smokes when you're in the home. Now you're inhaling the smoke. How she lives her life deeply affects you. Say she wants to be promiscuous and have sex with different people, and you don't, and then she starts having sex with other people. She gets HIV and then she gives it to you. This is something where you guys have to be on the same page. Look, we're going to choose a healthy route. We're not going to drink alcohol. Then you both don't drink. We're going to live the healthy life. We're not going to smoke. Then you both don't smoke. We're not going to smoke weed. Alright, then you both don't smoke weed. You guys come to the same, you guys got to head to the same path together. And with this in particular, it's worth the fight.